Hi guys, it's Shell, Heart of It All Custom Creations. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button to see future videos. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So today I am going to be making a Christmas cake tumbler using the October Peachy palette from Peachy Olive Glitter. So let's jump right in and get started. So I'm starting out with this 20-ounce sublimation Hogdol tumbler from the Stainless Depot. I love these because they do have a handle on them and it's already white, but I am going to paint this. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is I did lightly sand the top portion of this tumbler, and then I'm putting the vinyl on the bottom portion. So I did not sand that because this vinyl is semi-transparent and I did not want you to be able to see any of those marks. So I did not sand the bottom portion. So I'm just kind of figuring out how far down. I knew I was going to go right under the handle, and then just going to mark around what I need to cut off. And I'm just using a pen for that. And then I will cut this with my paper cutter, and then we can place it onto the tumbler. And like I said, this did come in my October Peachy palette from Peachy Olive Glitters, and the glitter, the glitters that I'm going to use with this end up going with it so well. The one threw me off. I thought it was a different color in the bottle than it was on the tumbler. So it ended up matching, so it was okay. But so I do want my seam to be at the handle, and I'm going to cut off around some of those cut off ones so that it looks more of like one cohesive piece. Just going to use my squeegee to get the rest of it on there, and squeeze out all those air bubbles so that you're not going to see any of that once we put the epoxy down. And then again, I'm just cutting around again. I'm going to use my cup edging tool from Kimmy Page Boutique to cut off that nice straight line out at the bottom. And then I'm going to use some tape to tape off all of that vinyl that we just put on so that I can paint and glitter. I'm using electrical tape here at the very, very bottom. I find that it kind of goes on a little better, and not so much paint will seep underneath it. So I want to do the very bottom and the handle in one glitter. So I am just taping underneath and around the handle so that I don't get any paint onto the cup where I don't want it. So I'm just using just pink acrylic paint. I'm going to give it a good, just one coat on the handle and on the bottom and let that dry. And then I do go in with a second coat, but the second coat does have the Crystalac glitter glue mixed in with it. The glitter that I'm going to use for this is Firstborn, that came in the October Peachy palette, and it is a gorgeous pink. And if I ever get back into frame, you'll see that. And I'm doing the same thing with the handle. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape now, and I'm going to let this dry before I move on to the other one. Now, using the Crystalac glue, glitter glue, you need to wait about 2 hours for it to dry. So I did let that sit for a couple hours, and then I came in to paint the rest of the cup. And funny enough, I started with a base color of paint, thinking that the glitter that I was going to use was a silver, because that's what it looked like in the bottle. However, it was not, and I was pleasantly surprised. So as you can see, I started with gray acrylic paint, and I'm going to use, I think this is called Serendipity, and I pour it out, and you can see there is a really pretty pink shift to it. And it threw me by surprise. Once this is completely glittered, I do let this sit for several hours to dry, do seal it, and give it 2 coats of epoxy. After the 2 coats of epoxy, look at this shine. That glitter is just stunning. And it's almost got like a gold and silver and pink mixed to it. So anyway, I'm going to use these decals that came in the Peachy palette. And it just says torn between looking like a snack or eating one or something like that. I don't know, it was pretty cute. So I thought that would be perfect for this. I'm just smoothing that out, making sure I get all the air bubbles out. And then I'm going to put 3 cakes on the back that came on the sheet as well. And these decal sheets are absolutely perfect if you don't have a printer to be able to print your own, or a Silhouette or Cricut to be able to cut decals. These decal sheets are amazing for that. And this last one, I thought about putting it on the bottom, but it was just a little too big for that. So I did end up just putting it on the back. And then I had cut out just a skinny strip of textured gold vinyl. And I'm just going around to the middle of that. I'm going to cut off the excess. And the decals don't need sealed, but I did seal the strip that I put around so that that doesn't lift. And I used the CC DIY clear coat. And then after that was dry, I gave it 2 final coats of epoxy. And I'm going to show you how I clean up my rim. As you can see, it's a mess right now. And I'm just taking my craft knife and I'm going to go around several times to cut off that excess epoxy and glitter and all of that. I typically do this after every coat of epoxy. So this one doesn't have a whole lot of glitter just for the fact that I've already done that. But to clean up my rim, to get ready to actually use this if I wanted to, I'm just taking the knife around and carefully knocking off all that extra epoxy. And of course, anything that might have dripped down in. And then if I used any spray paint, I will clean up the inside using 100% acetone. And if not, then I just clean up inside using 91% alcohol. So that is what I'm going to do, is just clean up this with the alcohol. And then this will need about 72 hours to fully cure before it can be used. So then I will set it off onto a shelf that I have to fully cure before I box it up. And this is it. I think this is so adorable. I love these decal sheets. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a great big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.